Greetings, viewers. Welcome to Caritas Focus. My name is Flavia Kunihira, your host, and today we have an important topic lined up for you. As the world faces challenges such as natural wars, disasters, epidemics, and pandemics, the situation is not any different in Uganda. This has led to displacement of so many people who are in need of sustainable interventions and real-time support. To address the above critical areas, Caritas Uganda is launching the Childcare and Emergency Relief Program to address and offer sustainable support and relief to those in need. Joining me in studio, I have two important figures with whom we're going to discuss the program, the challenges we are facing, and the solutions the program is going to offer to those in need and to the country as a large. You are most welcome.
Thank you.
I'm going to allow my guests to be able to introduce themselves and their titles too.
Greetings, viewers. I'm Reverend Father Hilary Mohezangango. I'm the National Caritas Director of Caritas Uganda. So you're most welcome.
And my name is Rosemary Bright. I'm the Child Care and Emergency Relief Program Coordinator at Caritas Uganda. Thank you for coming.
You're most welcome. First and foremost, my first question is going to go to Father Hilary. Could you please explain to us the global challenges and local challenges that have prompted Caritas Uganda to develop the Child Care and Emergency Relief Program?
Thank you very much, Flavia. Before I even go to the challenges, I will first address to you about what Caritas is. And so Caritas is the social services and development arm of the Catholic Church. And we have we have the umbrella body at the Caritas Internationalis in Rome, and here locally we are at the Uganda Episcopal Conference as a department for social services development and justice and peace. As we do this work, we have three core mandates. The first mandate is charity, and this charity stems from scripture, of course from the Acts of the Apostles. When Jesus had left the apostles, the apostles had to take care of the widows and the children, the orphans at that time. And that prompted them to start to even ordain the 7 deacons who who started doing this work as the apostles continued to do the work of the church. So charity is part and parcel of the Catholic Church, and each and every Catholic is invited not only to receive charity, but also to participate in being charitable. And charity means love. Caritas means love. And we hear there is this song, where there is love, God is there. God is always there. So if we want to have God, we have to have love. So that is charity. The second mandate we have is community integral development, integral social development. And integral human development. Integral human development is where we look at other aspects of development of humanity. We look at the economic development, we look at the social development, we look at the spiritual development, we look at climate change issues, we look at environmental issues. And all these things rotate around human beings. So if we are integral, if we developed integrally, then there's going to be a lot of growth, not only economic but also spiritual, because the soul, a good soul lives in a good body. The soul lives in a body, and if the body is not healthy, then the soul will not be healthy as well. The third mandate is institutional development. Any institution which does not develop, it cannot help others to develop. So you can only help us develop as an institution and build the systems and structures that will help you to do the work better. So with those three mandates, now I would like to address the question that has been put to me by Flavia, our host. We have, as Caritas Uganda, we have designed this new program called Childcare and Emergency Relief Program. And this Childcare and Emergency Relief Program comes to address issues that really are surrounding humanity. As we know globally, we have seen pandemics happening here in the whole world. We remember vividly when COVID came. When COVID came, there was no greater person or lesser person. Everybody was affected equally. When Ebola comes in Uganda and in other parts of the world, there is no lesser person. Everybody is affected the same. There are also other diseases, but also there are things like landslides. Sometimes we get landslides in Bududa here in Uganda. We get landslides. Recently, we just got a Westfield of Chitezi that killed over 34 people, and many more things got destroyed, and many more people are still being looked for. Then there are also wars. Now wars are no longer just African wars. Africa has its share, but wars have gone to even European countries. We know what is happening in Ukraine. We know what is happening in Russia. We know what is happening in Gaza. We know what is happening in West Bank and in other parts of the world. We know what is happening in Sudan. So all these things, as Ugandans, we cannot remain on the side of recipients, but also we have to go on the side of those who contribute. And I know this is happening through other channels. But as the Catholic Church, we have designed this program to empower Ugandans, not only Catholics, because Caritas does not only serve Catholics, but it serves everyone. So we want to empower everyone to have an opportunity to contribute towards this program, and then this program will be also supporting these other things, these disasters that occur locally, but also sometimes internationally. This is the program we are bringing to you today.
Thank you very much, Father, for that in-depth introduction. My next question is going to go to the program coordinator. How do these situations, for example, the pandemics we have in areas like Karamoja and Kasese, how do they align with a global trend of emergencies worldwide?
Thank you so much, Flavia. As well said, like any other country, Uganda is experiencing these natural disasters. For example, in Karamoja, we have the long drought spells that has led to hunger for some time. For example, in 2003, 2,027 people went hungry for some time. And also in other areas, they are feeling the same problem. So we cannot be different from the global world. We cannot also escape the floods that have been like recurrent in Kasese. We cannot be different from everyone. So Uganda as well is facing these global challenges, especially because of climate change. And these effects have affected us so much that at least every year we are having a natural disaster like happening in Uganda. For example, give examples of the floods in Kasese, the landslides in the Elogen area. We also cannot forget the landfill in Chitezi. This has affected humanity, and as Uganda, we are like any other global area, we are facing this challenge. Also in Uganda, like any other country, we have the high influx of refugees. So currently Uganda is hosting over 900,000 refugees, and we cannot be different from others. They are the same in Ukraine. They are also having many refugees. We have refugees in Pakistan due to the Gaza wars. So really Uganda is quite similar to other countries. Also, we cannot forget the health issues and pandemics that are happening globally. Uganda is part and parcel of this. So Uganda is facing the same challenges like the global world in natural disasters and calamities. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, Rosemary. I'm going to go back to Father Hilary. You had given us an introduction and a brief about the I'm going to call it sub-program in short. Could you expound more on the mission of this program and how it interacts with the mandate of Caritas Uganda in depth for our viewers to get a more clear picture?
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, the vision of Caritas is to live a life to its fullness, from John chapter 10 verses 10. So from that bigger vision, the vision of this program is also to offer immediate support or response to the victims of natural disasters. And when we talk about the victims of natural disasters, most of the time, the most affected are children. The children get affected more, of course, and the women. And I must say, for me, it was a very hard experience last week when I had to bury a woman who died from the Kitezi landfill with 3 of her own children. We had to bury the 3 children and the mother. That you can see the intensity of that, and that it was one woman. But I'm very sure that many others, even where there are wars, women and children get affected most. Even where there are other disasters, because these people are mostly at home and are the ones that experience such things. So this program, that's the goal, is to make sure that Caritas Uganda is able to respond to the needs of the victims of natural disasters. Now, we have not been very active as Caritas Uganda in doing that because although we have been doing something, but it was not locally made. We have been highly dependent on the external donors. And to get support from external donors takes sometimes days, months, and years. So by the time you receive the donation, even the span of the calamity has probably expired or gone. So the reasons why we have created this program is, number one, to be able to internally start raising funds from Ugandans, from ourselves as Ugandans, so that we start responding to our natural, to our own issues. Over-reliance on donors is also a sign of probably not being able to think that we can do it ourselves. So.
Okay, thank you, Father, for that brief. I'm going to come back to you shortly. I would like for the coordinator to help the viewer understand what are some of the specific areas that this program is targeting to address.
Thank you so much, Flavia. As the Childcare and Emergency Relief Program, we are looking at education of orphaned children. These are children who are orphaned by the natural disasters or by wars or by conflicts. Also, we are looking at on food response, like in case of any disaster, as Caritas would be able to be at the limelight, like giving foodstuffs, giving clothing to these children and women in natural disasters. As the Emergency and Child Care Relief Program, we are also looking at children and breastfeeding mothers. We shall provide food to breastfeeding mothers and children during these natural disasters. Also, we are looking at skilling. What skilling are we looking at? As child care, we are looking at skilling of children with disabilities. These are children maybe who are left because of the calamities that happened, and they are left alone on their own and they are disabled. So as child care, we shall be looking up to these children and providing them skills so that they can be self-reliant. Also, as child care and relief program, we shall target orphaned children's health. We shall take care of the health of these orphaned children and vulnerable children during disasters. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rosemary. Picking up from there, I would like to help me understand more. You've talked about helping the orphaned and vulnerable children in terms of health. How do you intend to carry out, for instance, in the aspect of health? Does Caritas Uganda have probably a department that specifically considers with health, or you plan to partner with people in the health sector to be able to offer this support?
Thank you very much, Flavia. As Emergency and Child Care Relief, we're looking at partnering with other institutions that deal with health that would help our children. Our work would be to identify these children and their health needs, and then we shall link them to the health facilities, or we shall link them to institutions that provide this assistance. For example, here in the Secretariat, we'd link them to the Medical Bureau department.
Okay, thank you very much. Back to Father Hilary. As you are still explaining to us how the program is about to work, you're talking about how mainly in Uganda, when emergencies happen, we wait for donor funding. And now the program is targeting to have immediate internal funding. What are some of the fundraising strategies that have been designed in this program to be able to offer this relief in real-time response? For example, we had the Chitezi incident. How have the strategies been developed in that if the incident happens today at 11 a.m., by 4 p.m. Caritas is on ground to offer real-time response?
Thank you very much, Flavia. We have a number of strategies that we have laid down, which we would like to introduce to our viewers. One of the strategy is called planned giving. With planned giving, we are looking out for individuals, organizations, companies, and institutions, and families that would like to make a contribution to this program in a planned manner. Here we are saying that an individual could say, I would like to make a contribution of 5,000 Uganda shillings monthly, and I will send them either to your account every month or through the mobile money or through other means, but mostly from to the bank. But also it could be done quarterly. So when you do it quarterly, because our threshold is 5,000, if one could do it quarterly, monthly, if it is monthly, 5,000. If it is quarterly, then it will be 15,000. And if it is annually, then it will be 60,000. So every person who can be able to make that contribution in an orderly way, in that phased way, is most welcome. That is the planned giving platform that we have designed. The second program, the second fundraising strategy is we are starting to organize annual fundraising dinners for the Childcare Emergency Relief Program. And the very first one through which we are going to launch this program will take place on 5th of December, probably at Hotel Africana. And this event we are going to invite, and we are already starting to mobilize you, our viewers, and all interested partners to join us to raise funds. And we are targeting a minimum of 200 million Uganda shillings, so that we are able to respond to these issues right away.
I would want to interrupt a bit. You are talking about a fundraising dinner that is planning to take place on the 5th of December. Who are the people we are targeting to be part of this fundraising dinner?
On the 5th of December, during the launch, we are targeting, we are going to already start doing the invitees. And we are targeting anyone who is willing to participate in this. This is a fundraising dinner, of course. It is just not a party. And we are working as a volunteer group. So people who are willing to come and donate funds for this cause, for this particular cause. So we are looking at individuals. We are looking at business people, we are looking at institutions, we are looking at heads of institutions, we are looking at everyone practically. So we will invite you, certainly. I can't mention that we will need people of this category and that category, but we need practically everyone who is willing to make a donation. But even if you don't come for the dinner, you can as well make an outright donation for this purpose, and then we shall just be introducing it to the people who will be at the dinner. But that's where we are going to be launching. That's when we shall be launching this Childcare and Emergency Relief Program.
Okay, thank you very much, Father. I understand there are other ways of fundraising. Could you briefly take us through them?
Yes, the third fundraising strategy we have laid down is the Childcare and Emergency Relief Run. So we have planned that every 19th, the Sunday within the week of the 19th, we shall be doing a run. And this run will of course be centered here in Kampala, but also we will encourage the various dioceses to do a similar kind of run, so that the funds that come continue to support these programs. And as mentioned, we as Caritas Uganda, we shall not be the direct implementers of this program, but we are going to go through the dioceses and other departments that are directly implementing on ground, because for us, we are a liaison, we are a coordination, we are the ones mobilizing resources. So the dioceses and other institutions, other departments will be the ones applying for this money and using it to support the people who are affected. The fourth activity is the Lenten collection mission. We have small bags. We have made small bags like this one. So these bags for individuals, but also we have bags for institutions, which we give to churches and individuals on Ash Wednesday. So during the Lenten season, people save money as they fast and as they give alms. This money for giving alms is saved in this little bag, and when it is saved in this little bag, then after Palm Sunday or after Easter, these bags are collected, and then this money is made available to support these causes. So this is another way of fundraising. But then the fifth way of fundraising is the direct children's sponsorships. We are going to be having children who are going to, we have children already who are needy, who need a lot of support for their education. You know, in order to do this, we are going to be able to invite people who would like to support a child directly through our program, and those who like to do that, the minimum contribution we are asking from them is 350,000 Uganda shillings per term. So that program is also there. Then the last two, the one is also the normal pills. So whenever there is an urgent need, we are going to be also writing official letters and requesting for support towards any occurring emergency or need. And also we have designed these envelopes that we are going to be placing at various places, and also wherever we are having events. And people are free to pick this envelope and put something in these envelopes and support our program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Father, for elaborating on the fundraising strategies, on how the people out there can be able to contribute and support towards the cause of the sub-program. To our viewers, let's take a short break and we'll be right back. Welcome back from the break. You're still with me, your host, Flavia Kunihira, on Caritas Focus. We are discussing the Childcare and Emergency Relief Program, a program that is developed by Caritas Uganda to address and to offer real-time response to those in need that have been affected by disasters such as pandemics and epidemics. Before we went for the break, we were talking about some of the fundraising ways the project is going to be able to go through in order to offer time and real help. But I'll start with the coordinator to be able to help us understand, how do you plan to engage the communities to be part of this project despite the economic challenges that we are facing in Uganda?
Thank you so much, Flavia. As the Emergency and Childcare Relief Program starts, we intend to continue with this planned giving And we also think about, we have already planned about the envelopes, and these are simple envelopes that anyone can put whatever he or she has. For example, nobody is too poor to donate and nobody is too rich to donate. So anyone can donate, including the community. As Caritas also, we are looking at souvenirs, these small souvenirs that anyone in the community can afford to buy. Yeah, let's say starting from 2,000, someone can buy a small anklet or bracelet that someone can use. It has the Caritas logos, and someone will be enjoying to pay for this. Also, we are looking at charity walks. Charity walks here, they will be organized by the Childcare and with Caritas Uganda, of course. We shall organize charity walks, we shall organize the annual ones. In all this, we are expecting to get the community involved and also to love what they are doing. We shall also create more awareness, and we shall educate the communities, starting with our dioceses down to the parishes and then to the smallest unit of the church. We are also looking at transparency and accountability as part of engaging the community. How? Because when you're transparent, if people give you their money and you're transparent and account for it well, people will be like motivated to give you more. So as Childcare, we intend to do this very well and make sure that people build their trust in us.
Thank you very much, Rosemary. I would want you to expand more on the point of transparency and accountability. How do you plan to do this so that we are motivated to keep helping the people, to keep helping the project year in and year out? Could you please help us understand how this process will be carried out?
Thank you so much, Flavia. As you heard from Father, these funds are not coming to Caritas Uganda. The funds will be used by the dioceses, and we expect these dioceses to give us reports, both quarterly, annually, and these reports will be audited for transparency purposes. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. My next question is to Father Hilary. One of the challenges we're trying to address with this program is to reduce dependency on external aid. What are some of the ways Caritas Uganda is looking into to ensure sustainability? Because most times when we have such programs, they may not last a lifespan of, let's say, 5 years, because people lose interest with time, having to give in money year in, year out. What are those sustainability approaches that Caritas Uganda is planning to ensure that the program is long-lasting to come even 20, 30 years later?
Yeah, thank you very much. Dear viewers, this program is ours, as it's a Uganda program. And for me, that makes me so excited. For us to have a Uganda program where we all contribute, instead of waiting someone out there to support us. And each one of us has something to contribute, both monetary-wise, but also moral support and other ways. Now, for purposes of leadership, already we have a board that governs Caritas Uganda. But we have also created what we have called Caritas Uganda Steering Committee. The Caritas Uganda Program Steering Committee is that team that brings selected people representing different regions in the term of the church, different ecclesiastical provinces, like Kampala Ecclesiastical Province has a representative. Gulu, Archdiocesan Ecclesiastical Province, has a representative. Tororo Ecclesiastical Province has a representative. and in Barara, Ecclesiastical Province has a representative, then plus other few people who are on this committee. This committee is the really planning committee. But then we are also, it is also, by the way, the one that is going to be awarding these monies to people depending on what they have requested for that vote that has to go to education, to health, to different things. But then there is this group of good-willed people called volunteers. So we are starting slowly to organize the Caritas Volunteers Association. So that this Volunteers Association is the one that from which we of course it organizes the fundraisings, it organizes the runs, it organizes the various things, it helps people to participate, it supports us in many ways. But at the same time, this Caritas Uganda Volunteers Association is also going to be helping us physically to attend to emergencies. If there is something that has happened, we pick from the volunteers, those who like to go and distribute safe food, those who like to go and do this, because that's another core team that we did not have as Caritas Uganda, or even as Caritas.
Thank you, Father. On the point of volunteers, I would like you to help us understand, are there certain qualifications that you'd want these volunteers to have? Because as discussed earlier, the project is addressing areas of health, of education, women and children. Are there certain qualifications you'd want the volunteers to have when registering? But also on the point of registering, how do I register to become a volunteer of the Caritas Association for this program?
Thank you so much. People come to things hoping to get something. Now, that was way before this program. Now, for this program, if you choose to be a volunteer, you just know that you're a volunteer. You are not going to be paid anything. It's not a job. It's actually you giving. It's an opportunity for you to contribute either your brain, your money, your energy, your vehicle to transport things, your everything that you can donate. Remember, when emergencies come or disasters come, they don't plan for the rich or for the poor. They just come. Two, and they don't discriminate between religions. No, they are. So similarly, when we come to help, we must come with that whole heart. I know that Caritas has had a background of running programs or projects that are funded by donors, and maybe have a background of salaries and transport allowances and maybe other allowances. This cannot happen in this program, and that's the difference between this childcare and emergency relief program, the difference between that program and other community development programs. So we will continue as Caritas Uganda to run community development programs funded by the donors and by other good people. But this particular program is really a voluntary program where volunteers will come. So for purposes of, of course we have an application. We have an application which is available for those who would like to apply to become volunteers. We shall go through the applications, And we have a right to say, because of what you go through when you fill the application, to know that this person is really a volunteer who's looking for something else. So, but this particular one will be a volunteer, will be an assessment will happen, and then if you accept it, then you can really volunteer on our committees.
Thank you, Father. I will still have you on the spotlight. Like every other plan or project that we plan to carry out and implement, the road is never smooth. What are those challenges you are anticipating in the implementation of this program, and how do you plan to mitigate them?
Yeah, the challenge is number one. Many times new things are resisted, and especially when you start them on the background of asking people to give. People want to join things that are already running. So we are expecting some resistance from different angles, but this is not our work. This is the Lord's work. We trust that we shall navigate those resistances. But the other one is also the challenge of coordination. We know that coordinating the whole country to think the same way, to respond the same way it is not an easy thing. So that coordination, we see it also as a challenge, but we know that we will go slow, but still we know that we will reach. The other challenge that we are expecting is, of course, on some things to begin. Also, you need like the first funds you need to organize. For example, for the dinner we are going to organize, we shall need some funds to organize that dinner. Those are some of the little challenges, but I believe that all these will be managed.
Okay, thank you very much, Father. I'm still going to bring the point of challenges back to the program coordinator. As Uganda, our economy is a bit very unstable, and very soon we'll be going in for elections. Usually the economic conditions get more unstable, and I would imagine by then the program will already be into action and will have registered some successes. What are some of the challenges do you foresee that may affect the successes of the project that you have already rolled out, and how do you plan to mitigate them?
Thank you so much, Flavia. I think I'll not diverge from what Father has said. Whenever a program is beginning, like the Childcare and Emergency Relief Program, it is beginning from scratch. But we are finding a lot of few challenges here and there. But number one is resistance, as Father elaborated. We are finding resistance, getting money from someone who doesn't have, it is not easy. But we are trying to be kind and to talk to these people and educate them the need for this money.
Okay.
Also, we are foreseeing...
trying to bring out the point more clearly. We are imagining the program has been 2 years into running, and we have registered successes as a result of our interventions. What are those challenges do we foresee that may affect the successes that we have already registered?
Okay, maybe one of the major challenge that I foresee is the instability in the country. For example, we are coming into the time for elections, as you said. It is always a tough time. Maybe that is what I foresee, like affecting our program, our newborn child. But we hope by God's grace that we shall overcome this time.
Yeah, maybe one more aspect on that is some people who may be approached, may be politicians, and may want to either criticize or even if they support, they may want to kind of
use it.
To use the program to pursue their political agenda. So that could be also a problem. But I think we are going to be able to address these issues right away as we address people about this program. The other aspect also is marketing this program. It's not easy to market the program, but we are also setting a marketing team that will be going to institutions to talk to staff or to the heads of those institutions, and also to ask the heads of those institutions to be able to talk to the staff, because as we market the program, if we are going, for example, for this planned giving can only be understood when you explain very well, and also to convince people that this can happen. You know, when you tell people how you can give 5,000 per month, they think you have taken everything they have, and yet really if they plan it properly, it can really go a long way.
Okay.
Thank you.
Father, I understand for everything to be a success, collaboration is always key. How do you plan to collaborate with the institutions, and what institutions do you have in mind that would be of great impact to enable the program achieve its success?
Yeah, first and foremost, we start with the Caritas fraternity. We have 19 dioceses, and all the 19 dioceses have staff. And really, for us to make a statement, it is important that we start with our staff. We ourselves. I'm already grateful to the staff of Caritas Uganda because they are already involved in the planned giving. So for the year 2024, they have already contributed their 60,000 Uganda shillings to this emergency, to this childcare emergency relief. But also we are going to, as we roll out, we will be talking to the staff of Caritases and dioceses. We shall be talking to the staff of schools, the staff of health centers and hospitals, the staff of the banks, of course, the staff of various institutions. So we are broadening. And then we also go into the civil society organizations, the NGO world, and talk to the staff of those. We will need to go to the staff of companies, various companies and businesses, to tell them what to do, so that we want them to respond to this program. Really, this program can be of great help in this country if people respond positively.
Okay, thank you very much. Back to the coordinator. What are some of the ways you plan to measure your key milestones in the success of this project?
Thank you so much, Flavia. Some of the key areas we are going to measure our success is on the amount of funds that we would have raised. If, for example, if we are targeting 200 million for the dinner, so we shall measure our success for the dinner if at least we get 70% of this. We're also looking at our success through the number of people who have reached out. For example, if we went to Chitezi to respond to this is the current trend that we have. If we went to respond, how many have we reached to? So this will help us to measure our success.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Further, looking ahead, of course now the program is yet to kickstart, so that's what we're looking at now, having it rolling out. But looking ahead, what is the vision of the sub-project 10 years to come from now?
Yeah, 10 years to come, we envision to have enrolled about 2 million people on our platform of planned giving. 2 million people who can give monthly something. So that is our vision And really, if we hit that vision, then we shall be able to solve most of our internal disasters as fast as possible, and at a magnitude that is expected of an institution like Caritas Uganda, or say the Catholic Church in Uganda. Because Caritas Uganda is the charity arm, is the social services development arm and charity arm of the Catholic Church in Uganda. So that is our vision as Caritas.
Thank you very much. As we come to a conclusion, I would like the coordinator to take us through a summary of the fundraising strategies and to let us know where we can get this information from.
Thank you so much, Flavia. We'll begin on our strategies. For example, number 1, we are having these small envelopes. As you can see, they're small, but they have all the information that you need in case you're giving. These envelopes can be gotten from Caritas Uganda, but also we shall press them in most of the institutions. You can pick it, put what you have put. There are telephone numbers here, and the account number of the program is on this envelope. Thank you so much. We also still have this small bag. These are personal bags, the Lenten collection bags. We shall distribute these bags on Ash Wednesday, and they are personal. As you see, they are small, but you get this bag. We shall distribute some of the bags to the dioceses, and some are here at the national office. But to the dioceses, the diocese will take charge, and we shall have collection areas in the dioceses. Thank you.
Yeah, but also I want to add one more thing, that these are not only for Catholics, and these envelopes are not only for Catholics, because when disasters come, they don't discriminate between Catholics and non-Catholics. But also when we give aid, we don't discriminate between Catholics and non-Catholics. So the Catholic Church is only a mother and the founder of the program Childcare and Emergency Relief. So it is where the programs has started from. But it doesn't mean that the support should be coming from only Catholics and also will only go to Catholics. That won't be that isn't the issue. The issue is that this program is for all of us. When children need to go to school, when children go to school and come back as successful people, they benefit all of us. And most of us have gone through such help. I must testify that myself, I got my first education from World Vision. And World Vision is not a Catholic institution, but now I'm here now a priest serving the Catholic Church and everyone else. So similarly, whatever we do will benefit not only Catholics but all of us. Similarly, these envelopes the same. So we shall find centers, we shall ask different places where we can post these things, and people can find them there. But we are starting slowly. If you need to reach us, I think you can give your telephone number.
Okay, if you want to reach us, it is 782-13-88-99, Rosemary Bright. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. It has been a pleasure.
But also, allow us also to share the account numbers. For those of you who would like to make a contribution directly to our accounts and make a donation, it is Caritas Emergency Relief and Childcare Plus Program, account number 31001051287. Centenary Bank. And the other one is UEC Caritas Emergency Relief Fund 23205-97743 KCB. Those are the two banks where they are also here. So where are we? Down here.
Thank you, Father, for this information. We'll be able to share these details on the screen as the program keeps airing. It has been a pleasure having to host the National Caritas Director, Father Hilary Muhezangango, and the Childcare and Emergency Relief Program Coordinator, Rosemary Bright. Thank you very much for spending your time to come and educate us about the program on how it's going to benefit us. Clearly, challenges we face as a result of pandemics, epidemics, and disasters affect each and every one of us. It's only our responsibility to contribute to collective action to be able to help a neighbor. Today it is you, today it is me, and challenges do not discriminate anyone. I would encourage our viewers to be able to support the program that is growing, to make an impact in our communities, to donate through the account details that will be shared on the screen. I've been Flavia Kunihira, your host. Until next time.